Rewind the Basketball Podcast, Season 2. I'm Evan.
I'm John.
And this is our basketball podcast. We recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous week. John, it's been a big week of basketball in the NBA, considering that as of recording last night, but of when this is scheduled 2 nights ago, the All-Star game is coming up, which means the All-Star starters were announced. So I guess let's just jump right into that first. Before we go into that first, let's just say the Snub25 list, only one more entry to go. It's been a fun journey. It's been an amazing journey so far. This week, we released Alonzo Mourning and Yao Ming, 2 great centers of their era and of all time. Yeah, very impactful to the game of basketball, especially Yao. So give that a view.
Go
give it a watch.
Go view it up.
Give it a watch. It's a good video. Did a really good job editing it, and you can learn a lot about Alonzo and Yao if you didn't know about him, or just to watch it to see why I believe that their case should be in the 75 discussion.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing about Snub25, as I mentioned in last week's podcast, next week podcast will be just a exclusive Snub25 content, top 75 contents, why we picked the people that we picked, why we didn't pick some other people that we was thinking about, and so on and so on. It's going to be strictly that, so stay tuned for that. In the minds of why we set up the format and how we set it up. Yeah. But all right, now let's get into All-Star starters and the All-Star game. The All-Star starters for the East were announced. Of course, Kevin Durant was the leading vote getter, so he's the captain. And Giannis and Embiid, those 3 givens. I mean, I don't think anybody would debate that. And then in the backcourt, you had.
No, leave him for last. Leave him for last, please. Thank you.
Okay, the backcourt point guard, you had ATL's own Trae Young putting up fantastic numbers, even though the Hawks haven't been playing that well. But he's been playing pretty good basketball. And of course, from the Chicago Bulls, Zach LaVine.
Yeah. Come on now.
From the Chicago Bulls, DeMar DeRozan.
I don't hear no haters. Where they at? DeMar, where they at?
Oh, they just buying their time.
Yeah. They had so much to say when you were in San Antonio. I had so much to say, but I don't see them now. Where they at? Mid-range killer, mid-range Don, mid-range assassin. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for my idol. He just disrespecting you guys. Y'all had a lot to say. Y'all even had some slick stuff to say. Again, I still remember the air ball he shot against the Knicks, and y'all had a lot to say. But all I gotta say is, that's all I gotta say. Look at the starters, and that's all I gotta say. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's all I want to really. I'm just gonna go about my day. I'm just gonna stay quiet and go about my day, Evan. That's all I want to really say.
Okay. No complaints from the front court, like I said. DeRozan's a given. Trae Young, I think, is the one that maybe I'm up and down about. Maybe you could have given that to Zach LaVine, on the Bulls roster. He's been putting up numbers. He's been playing great basketball, for the Bulls. It's the reason why when the Bulls were healthy, they were the first seed. Of course, now they dropped because he's not playing. Lonzo Ball wasn't playing, still not playing. Caruso's not playing.
Yeah.
So really, DeMar and Vucevic and the rest of the team really got to carry the load.
Well, yeah. When I look at the backcourt, there's so much talent that you kind of chosen from, in terms of being that spot that people question Trae Young. I don't question Trae Young's spot right there though. There's a lot of good talent around the league that could have made a case that's in the East. I look at LaMelo Ball. Even though it wasn't strong for him, he kind of possibly been in that spot also.
Not a starter. Not a starter.
Okay, I respect it, but Like, yeah, but yeah, Zach LaVine kind of got in that spot. James Harden has picked up his play a whole lot since the beginning.
Harden, yes.
So, there's so much. I wish Kyrie would have played the whole season. He probably would have had a case, but no.
Okay. Yeah, Ben Simmons also a snub. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem with Trae Young being in that spot. I feel like he deserves to be there too.
All right, and that is the Eastern Conference. Now for the West, in the front court, captained by 5th straight year, LeBron James, 18th straight All-Star game, 37 years old. I mean, this is what can you say? That you have Nikola Jokic, of course, the reigning MVP. No, really surprise there. And the sleeper pick that shocked everybody, Andrew Wiggins, your most hated, is an all-star starter. We'll get to him in a minute, but let's clear out the rest of the starting list. In the backcourt, Steph Curry, of course, leader of the Golden State Warriors, second best record in the league.
Well, who you gonna put there? Westbrook? I'm just saying.
Don't be disrespectful. And last but not least, as I predicted, my player to look out for, Ja Morant, an all-star starter, well deserved of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Hey man, Ja has majorly improved his game since last year, even though he was already great last year. He's basically added on more and more. But more importantly, I think the thing that has gotten him is not just his play, but more of his leadership also in terms of this Memphis team. If you want to ask me, would I say Memphis would have been in the playoff picture? Yes. But would I expected them to be top 3 right now? Hell no. I'm not going to lie to you. Hell no. I would never expect them to be top 3. And just because of his play, along with the others, of course, because obviously there's way more.
Yes.
But yes, it's more importantly his leadership and how he has basically gathered this team to help propel them to the potential that they could be reaching in more in the future, because this team still has a whole lot more potential to go despite being just a 3rd seed right now. So yeah.
All right, let's get to the question here. Andrew Wiggins, you're most hated, as I said. You hate him. I know you're so upset that he's an all-star starter.
No, I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
And fan vote, by the way, fan vote.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think he's deserving an all-star starter over someone like, your MVP pick?
Well, okay. So when you look at the front court, right? So yes, it is fan vote or whatsoever. And in my opinion, I do feel like Andrew Wiggins has been having an all-star type year because, again, it all depends.
I agree.
It all depends on situations. And he's in the right situation, being in the right system with Golden State that has shown how great, not only how great of a talent he is, but how well fitted he is with this type of system. Because again, Golden State has been playing great this season. So I'm not mad at the fact that he's an all-star. It's just that it's kind of questionable with him starting because, again, you talk about my MVP. And again, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're in the.
Sorry. Keep going.
I don't know what's so funny, but you got that you got that Minnesota with Cat and things like that. You could make a case, but come on now, you already got Jokic. Do you really need another big? Well, hey, he plays like a guard, so it doesn't matter, but. People also want to talk about Booker, but he's more in the backcourt than the front court, so you can't even really focus on him that much.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Paul George, if he wasn't injured, because he was having
he's hurt also. You can't really say anything.
You can't really say much, and there's not really much. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. There's not really much other forwards other front court players who I could think of much after that.
Well, I think one of the bigger snubs is Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns is having a better season than Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
You know, when you just look at them and watch them play. But obviously, Carl's all the way at the eighth. The Timberwolves all the way at the eighth seed. Golden State's all the way at the second seed, and that probably fades into a factor of why the fans voted for
Yeah, but
Wiggins.
yeah, I understand that and I respect that. But if you look at it, the fact that people gonna look at that AC Minnesota team, and again, this is great because this is something that we've been wanting to see Minnesota get into that playoff spot, get into that one of those playoff spot at least. But you need to understand the West is looking kind of weird this season, where a lot of teams are like, well, it's competitive always in the West, but they're eerily close. Like, it's either 20, 24, 25 games, like, and the win total. So that Minnesota team, probably, let's just say if they was to win 3 more games now with the way it go, they could jump up easily. You know what I mean? So it all varies, and it's just showing how competitive the West is and stuff like that. But again, people talk about Karl Anthony Towns, and we had a lot of conversation. We even had a little heated argument debate. Not me and you, but
Yeah.
with the special guests we had on, like how Karl Anthony Towns is still putting up a great season, despite the fact that he has the weak mentality or whatsoever. And he has most definitely made a case. I just felt like, I don't know if it was COVID or he got injured at one point, but he missed a couple of games compared to Andrew Wiggins.
I believe it was COVID.
Yeah, so that probably played a factor. But outside of that, it's fine. At the end of the day, if you're an all-star, you're an all-star. So I feel like he's still going to be voted in regardless, whether it's fan vote or was by the coaches and media people.
Gobert? Because Gobert is probably going to get in again.
Well, it all depends on situations. Probably Gobert's going to get in, probably not. Well, I say he's going to get in, but
But they can both get in.
Yeah, they could both get in, and I still say Karl Anthony Towns has more of a case to get in than Gobert.
Okay, Josh's favorite player, Andrew Wiggins, an all-star starter.
You know what? It's crazy how I jumped off the bandwagon and he becomes an all-star.
He jumped off last year.
Yeah, I jumped off legit last year and he becomes an all-star. See, what a way. You see that? I'm telling you, I'm bad luck sometimes, man.
No, because he still had last year. Even though he didn't play bad last year. Let me not say that. He actually played good.
Yeah, he played really good last year. It's just that I think, again, also situations matters. With Klay Thompson not being out, it gave more people opportunity to flourish. I feel like
this season he took to the next level. I feel like because he was really their second option.
Yeah.
So well deserved for everybody there. I think Wiggins was probably going to be a reserve anyway. So yeah, he's an all-star. An all-star is an all-star. I should be happy about that.
Yeah, but I don't question anybody that's in that starting lineup either. People talked about possibly Luka, but Luka, as great as season he's having, Dallas is still here and there.
But Luka's a guard. Luka, they put Luka at the guard position anyway.
And and Steph Curry has been just having a way better season than him, even though it's not his fault because he had to carry more of a load. But yeah,
like I said, Luka, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Cat, all those people that probably are. I know, all the people that are having better seasons than Andrew Wiggins, they're going to be an all-star. Yeah. I'm 99% confident all of them are going to be all-star.
But people, I forgot all about Donovan Mitchell. But when you play for Utah, nobody really focuses on Utah. You know what I mean? Nobody really plays.
Okay, bro. Round 2, you got to do it again. They're going to be last 2 picks again. Or Rudy will be last pick again. But all right, well, let's move on. Speaking of, all-stars, and I mentioned one of them already. It's crazy how best record in the league. They don't have all-star starters, but they've been playing some phenomenal basketball. The Phoenix Suns have just been on a tear recently. Let me check to make sure, because I don't think, yes, that's right. They are the only team that doesn't have double-digit losses.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They have been playing some really good basketball. Devin Booker has been on a tear. Chris Paul's just been a double-double machine with his passing and playmaking ability. Mikal Bridges has been able to step up. Cameron Johnson campaign. Like this team has just been playing some really good basketball.
And they're all connected. Again. Last season, They had the confidence last season. They went far last season, and they're continuing to prove why they deserve it, why they're one of the top teams in the Western Conference, not even the Western Conference in the league, period. You know what I mean? And this is crazy because I believe is Ayton playing? Has Ayton played?
No.
Ayton hasn't played, nor has what's his name? Dario Saric.
Yeah, Dario Saric's been out.
Like, you know, this is a team that is not even
Biyombo.
Exactly. Like, you know,
Biyombo's been playing.
This is a team that is not even fully healthy. Well, most teams are not fully healthy at this point in the season, but this is a team at the top right now that's not even like, you know, 100% yet. Like, they're missing a key piece in Ayton, and yet they're still not even in the double-digit loss column yet. Not to jinx it. I hope and pray I don't jinx it or anything, but you know what I mean? But like, there's not really much to say but great things right now, Phoenix, and they're proving why when it's going to come down to playoff time, just like how it was last season, make up excuses or not, they're still going to come out to play competitive. It's just that as long as nobody gets injured, i.e. Chris Paul, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the Suns, they're on an 8-game winning streak right now. They're giving it all. You know, they're just fun to watch, and you can just tell that everything's just clicking for them right now. So those Phoenix Suns, right now, probably favorites heading in to All-Star break.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, who else is there? Oh, well, with this whole Eastern Conference, I mean, this Eastern Conference is wild.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that right now. I think the Eastern Conference this season is more tough than the Western Conference. So I know that's a bold statement. That's a bold statement. But when I'm looking at these standings and I'm looking at this top 6 right now.
Yeah.
You got, okay, so with the injuries, like I said, to the Bulls dropped. Right now, and with the Nets and their problems with Kyrie only playing away games and KD's been hurt, they dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
So right now, the number 1 seed is Miami Heat. These Miami Heat. Yeah, you know, I mean, they've also been playing some really good basketball. Tyler Hero called his shot, and now he's playing great. Jimmy Butler, most likely going to be an all-star. You know, they got some great role players. This team is just competitive. Of course, the Heat always been competitive.
Yeah, and you haven't mentioned Oladipo hasn't played yet for them either.
I feel like I forgot all about Oladipo. I haven't seen him play in so long.
So, yeah, this Heat team is dangerous. We all know this from the beginning, you know, and there's not really much to say about this Heat team. They're dangerous. I'm not surprised that they're at the top. Well, everything that's going on, but I'm still not surprised that they're at the top. I wouldn't expect them to be lower than 3rd or 4th, to be honest. You know, so yes, they're coming together. They're gelling so well. They kind of did vibes on your team, but I know you don't want me to bring that up, so we're not.
No, I don't.
But yeah, this Heat team is into it. You know what I mean? And also they, again, I know they've been struggling, obviously, but the game against the Lakers, they showed a lot too in that too. Just to show, it just goes to show you they're one of the top teams in the league, especially defensively.
That's the Heat, number 1. Mentioned the Bulls are number 2 seed, and surprising everybody coming in at 3, the Cleveland Cavaliers. This team they are just shocking the entire league with the way they're playing. First, you just got to think about, one, they're the Cavaliers. So that's already surprising enough. But 2, Colin Sexton, who came into the season as their best player, got hurt very early in the season and is out for the rest of the season. But now their best player, and most likely going to be an all-star, Darius Garland, has been putting up numbers and has been playing some great basketball.
Yeah, he has. Again, we talked about that backcourt so many times and how well they could function with each other, and how regardless if you take one out and keep one in, like whatsoever, they're still gonna they're just so talented enough that they could do something with this team. And Darius Garland has shown it. Colin Sexton showed it already. And Darius Garland has now his spotlight with Colin Sexton being out just to show what he could do in terms of his style of play and with his leadership. Because let's be honest, this is a young team. Let's be honest. You talk about Garland, you talk about Okoro, you talk about Mobley, you talk
Mobley, Rookie of the Year, Mobley,
about
Evan Mobley, my God,
you talk about Markkinen, you talk about the fact
Allen.
that and they also have veteran leadership with Rondo. I believe Rubio's still on the team, right? Or am I wrong?
Rubio's hurt, I believe.
Rubio's hurt, but he still has helped out a lot. K Love, because nobody want to
K Love, yes, K Love.
So this team is like they just have. I feel like the Cavs are one of those teams in which they're just playing with a chip on their shoulder because they know the type of talent that they have. It's more about playing with a chip on their shoulder because of the talent rather than just the fact of being viewed as a possible contender or whatsoever.
Yeah, really impressed with the Cavs play. Really impressed with Kevin Love's resurgence and the way he's been playing, stepping into his role that we know he can play in. Don't need to be the star player, but he can give you buckets when needed to, give you some rebounds. Evan Mobley, leading candidate for Rookie of the Year, playing some great basketball. Jared Allen, I mean, he's really stepped up. I mean, people got him.
What about Jared Allen?
People got him going to the All-Star game. He averaging 16 and 11, rebounding beast, shot blocking machine. Like,
hey, I'm telling you right now, the Nets is regretting trading him. The Nets are regretting trading him.
Speaking of the Nets, they are the 4th seed. We already mentioned their problems in previous episodes. I don't think we need to go over it. And KD's hurt. Harden's frustrated. Kyrie's not playing home games. I mean, but if everybody's there. We know the talent they have.
Yeah, they just need some defense.
Yeah. 5th seed, being led by their MVP candidate, Joel Embiid, the Sixers. Everybody thought that the Sixers were going to drop and they weren't going to be, which they are because they were the number 1 seed last year. But this is still impressive to me considering the way they're playing. One, they're only 2 games behind the number 1 seed. So it's not that far. They're not that far behind. And with the way this team is playing, we mentioned last week, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, Embiid, Joel Embiid, who is one of the main candidates for league MVP, has been on a tear. I believe he has 16 straight games with 25 plus points. I mean, that's second behind Allen Iverson, who I think has 30 or 31. But he's been on a tear. He's been a monster. Are we really going to see back-to-back league MVPs be at the center position?
I say he should. A lot of people are looking at him or Giannis
Jokic to run back-to-back.
Yeah, like those top 3 names, Jokic, Giannis, and Embiid are potential front runners right now. I believe that they're top 3 right now. But in terms of Embiid, again, I think is more about in terms of his talent is more about the maturity aspect of understanding that, like, yes, you're great, you're dominant, but sometimes you have to learn how to get into that mode of knowing, like, instead of just trying to do it yourself, make the right basketball play. Because teams, you're the best player, you're 7'2", you're built like Hercules, but yet you got the feet of a ballerina with the post moves of $1 million, like $1 million moves, like most, like everything he does was dream shake every time. So nobody could guard you one-on-one. So what you think they're going to do? They're going to put all the attention on you, and as a result, bomb Steph Curry, bomb Tyrese Maxey, bomb Korkmaz. If Matisse Thybulle is rolling to the rim, there we go. Thank you. Like, like he has opened up his game, being more smart,
being smarter.
And I think this is the reason why Philadelphia is being so great. Because again, they still got Doc Rivers. He's a great coach.
For now.
Okay, calm down.
No, he's a great coach. Yes, he's a great coach.
He's a great coach, and he knows how to coach, regardless of what the 3-1 blows or whatsoever it tells you. He's still a great coach. He could coach teams to get to the postseason. You know what I mean? And again, this Philadelphia team has enough along with that talent. They don't need nobody else. I'm not calling out saying any names or anything, but they don't need nobody else in order to get somewhere.
Okay, Chuck
Yeah.
or Shaq. But yeah, and you alluded to the passing. That's why he's averaging career high in assists because he's making the smart basketball play. You know, not just I'm gonna be aggressive and just dunking post hook shot on 3 people. No, he's kicking it out, getting his teammates involved, and now you see that the production of his play and production of the Sixers winning.
Yeah. They win when everybody. That's the game of basketball anyway. When everybody's flowing and everybody's getting into the set of the offense, everybody's hot, they win, and that's what Embiid has finally learned. Again, people probably would say even when with Ben, it's kind of difficult because of the spacing and whatsoever, which is understood, and we've seen it especially when he had no shooters. But now,
all right, I cut you off because why? If that trade proposal is true about the Hawks and the Sixers, Sixers should make that in a heartbeat, in my opinion. They were getting Gallinari, Bogdanovich, and John Collins to trade away a player that's not even playing and Tobias Harris. Come on, man.
Yeah. Okay, I can understand that, but again, my personal thing is with John Collins. I don't see why you send John Collins. I don't.
You don't see why the Hawks trade him or why the Sixers should get him.
Both. I don't see. I don't know what it is, but I feel like with John Collins, as good as he is in the post, he's more of like, your run up and down kind of player. You know what I mean? In terms of like, he plays obviously way more better off the ball in terms of movement and getting to his spots or whatsoever. And yes, Embiid has become a great playmaker, but I feel like you need a point guard, a really good playmaking point guard, in order to get him to his spots for him to get his points. And that's no disrespect on any of the guards in Philadelphia. I just don't feel like
Maz?
No, I'm sorry. Like that's the reason why I'm saying I said John Collins worked well with Trae Young because Trae Young knows how to get John Collins to his spot.
All right, then y'all can keep John Collins and Lou Will.
Yeah, send Lou Will, even though he's retiring. Send Lou Will. He can still do vibes.
No, don't send Lou Will. But that was a great trade proposal. I don't know why Sixers are hard-headed. Think about all like the different trade proposals they had. So they could get their team to the next level, possibly get that championship if they trade Ben Simmons, a player that's not playing for them, for I don't remember in the offseason they had the Pacers, Brogdon and a first round pick or whatever. And I think somebody else. And I'm like, if you're not accepting that trade, you're just not willing to trade.
Exactly.
Just trade him and you'll be better off. But all right, let's move on. Oh, and lastly, the 6th seed, which is crazy enough, but not really that crazy considering all the injuries that they've been going through this year. The defending champions, the Milwaukee Bucks, and just like the Sixers, this is what I mean. This Eastern Conference is crazy. Bucks are only 2 games behind the number 1 seed. They are the 6th seed. They are the 6th seed, and they are only 2 games behind the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
This Eastern Conference is insane. It's insane.
Hey man, it was bound to happen at some point. Hey, the 20 decades is a new change for a lot of people.
Well, when coming back to the All-Star break, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, no question.
Right. Now let's move on to some predictions, and then we can wrap this up. So predictions, like I said, as this recording, this is on a Friday, but this will release on Saturday. So hopefully our predictions will be right for Friday. We'll do Friday and Saturday. So for Friday's games, first off, Ja, Pistons Magic.
Pistons.
Pistons. 7:30 ESPN, Lakers Hornets. I don't know if Bron's playing because he was out 2 nights ago.
I'm going to say Hornets.
Come on, Bridges. Come on, Melo. Celtics, Hawks. Nuggets, Pelicans.
Nuggets. My bad. I don't know why I hesitated on that one.
Yeah, Nuggets. The Nuggets are not the Knicks. Clippers, Heat.
Heat.
Heat. Blazers, Rockets.
Rockets, actually.
Ooh, wow. Blazers. Jazz. Jazz and them boys in Memphis.
Dang, the Jazz has slipped, but Donovan Mitchell hasn't been playing.
Yeah, John had been playing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies though, because their energy.
Yeah. Grizzlies. Even if Donovan was playing, I got my boys in Memphis. I believe in y'all, Memphis. I believe in y'all. The Pacers and the Thunder.
I kind of gave up on the Pacers. I'm gonna go with the Thunder.
You think they can win this game? I got the Pacers, man.
They can't win. I don't know what's going on with them, man. They're so tired and they can't. And Rick Carlisle, oh my gosh, this is such a drop off. Like I understand nobody on that team is like a Luka, but you act like as if they trash. Also, like they like come on now. Like I can name 2-3 all-stars off the bat, or 2-3 all-star level players off the bat on that team.
3. Brogdon, LeVert, Sabonis.
Exactly.
Moving on.
And Bulls
Bulls and the Spurs.
Bulls.
Spurs.
I can't go against that.
DeJounte Murray probably gonna be an all-star snub because the Spurs haven't been playing that well.
Yeah.
Damn, they averaging triple-double. But Timberwolves and the Suns. And lastly,
I got the Suns. I got the Suns.
Just want to make sure, because they're the AC, so And lastly, ESPN 10 o'clock. The New York Knicks going up against the Bucks. I don't even care, to be honest. Holiday and Middleton is out. The Bucks.
Yeah. You already took the answer right out.
The Knicks are just upsetting me to the point where I don't even want to talk about them.
Hey, Randy, bing bong.
Thanks, Tom. Tom playing our starters for like 40 minutes and just having the bench sit out there for 8. All right, now predictions for tonight's set of games, which is Saturday. Celtics, Pelicans. Celtics. Pacers, Mavericks. Mavericks. Kings, 76ers. Raptors, Heat.
You said Raptors, Heat? I got the Heat.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, did you catch that game when the Kings lost by 53 to the Celtics?
I didn't even know that the Kings played 2 nights ago, but okay.
I think it was 3 nights ago. Matter of fact, it might have been 4 nights ago.
Yeah.
They lost by 53. Not to mention another team blew a 35-point lead. Speaking of, the Washington Wizards going up against the Grizzlies.
You're so there, bro.
The Grizzlies. Blew a 35-point lead.
Personally, I still got faith in DC. I want to go with Washington.
Over the Grizzlies? Anything happen?
Hey man, don't sleep on Washington, man. Look, they could.
Yeah, okay.
They got hot.
Maybe next week. Maybe next week. Not the week of them blowing a 35-point lead to Clippers. To the Clippers.
That's chip on the shoulder. I know. Okay, I can understand OPG, but that in Kawhi, but that's a chip on the shoulder right there. They got something
about Luke Kennard's 4-point play, saying that wasn't a foul. Now blew a 35-point lead. Why do you care about the foul?
Exactly.
Oh man. And lastly, ABC 8:30. The Brooklyn Nets going up against the Golden State Warriors in Golden State. So Kyrie will play.
Okay, but it's no KD, so I got Golden State.
Yeah, I got Golden State.
Yeah.
Kyrie about to outshine Curry. Curry's kind of been struggling, efficiency wise.
Yeah, he has, but you know him, when you're a shooter like that, cold nights don't really bother you. You know what I mean? And it's just that I'm shocked because he's still in the MVP conversation, obviously, but he was like the main pitcher. Like nobody, like it was him.
Yeah.
And then no one else. Well, KD was close, but it was him and then no one else. But then he just went.
He's still in the conversation. He's still in the conversation.
And I feel like he's gonna really pick it back up the moment the All-Star break ends. So I'm not.
We'll see. Maybe Draymond come back and he'll get his touches more. You see how this Warriors offense kind of with Draymond, without Draymond,
it kind of stagnates. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his impact. Yeah.
He has a huge impact on this Warriors team.
Yeah.
But, all right. I think it's time to wrap things up, Ja. Final thoughts?
DeRozan, I just want to say I'm proud of you and I love you. Yo, don't get upset, man.
DeRozan, I'm proud of you and I love you. What is you breaking up with him? Or you his mom? What is it? Which one is it?
I can't give love to my idol, bro.
Or are you his mom? Like, okay, but yeah, sure.
Nah, you really playing me right now. You really playing me right now.
Anyway, Snub25 list, like I said, last member, last edition, last entry, Monday, 3 p.m. Watch it, be there. It will be complete. All 27 members of the Snub25 list, and then we'll do the podcast talking about it next Friday. So, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Make sure you tune into next week's special podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, support the channel, give us feedback, all that good stuff.
And also, make sure you tune into our social medias, our TikTok and our IG.
Yes. And of course, once again, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
And this is the Mind of Basketball podcast.
Season number 2.